You know, first of all, thank you everybody for joining me back at the channel. Every generation of consoles, there's always a clear winner and a brand that just feels safe. Right now, it's easy to see Nintendo is thriving, Xbox is making bold moves, and Sony, well, it's playing it safe. And that's creating an interesting divide in the console landscape. Let's break down why some systems feel alive and others don't. The current console war is different. It's not what we had back on the Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis days. Nintendo, after years of surprises and frankly dominance, keeps pulling ahead with unique hardware, unbeatable first party games, and a vibe that really makes every launch feel like an event. Xbox, well, since the Xbox 360 days, it's been hit or miss, but they've doubled down on technology, AI integration, and hybrid PC console strategy for the future. And where does PlayStation and Sony sit? Well, they're consistent, they're polished, but almost painfully safe. They wait to see what Nintendo and Xbox are doing. They copy, paste, and repeat. It's the kind of strategy that doesn't lose fans, but also doesn't excite them either. So, why does this matter? Because, well, right now, the console landscape isn't about spec sheets. It changed. It's about who feels relevant to gamers in 2026. That's right, folks. New year, new me, right? Nintendo approach, coming a new approach with this new year, right? Nintendo's approach is surprisingly simple, but brutally effective. First, the hardware. The Switch gave gamers portability and flexibility years before everyone else. I mean, the Wii U was its prototype, and the Switch just took over. It made it a portable system that you could dock and take with you anywhere you wanted, way before the Steam Deck even thought about being a thing. The software library, honestly, legendary. Impossible ports left and right. They keep releasing first party hits that define the platform while also taking smaller risks. Well, like the Switch OLED, even on the hardware side. And we're looking at the Switch 2. That keeps fans talking. It's not about games, it's just about really momentum and moments. Nintendo creates cultural events. People wait for them. The mass market, and I'm not talking about us in the gaming bubble who you may hate Nintendo or love Nintendo. We're a specific crowd that really are a loud vocal minority that, frankly, whether you like to admit it or not, doesn't count. This kind of engagement isn't something you can just buy. It's something built over decades. Hell, my mom still calls every gaming system a Nintendo. Meanwhile, third-party support, it flows it naturally because, well, developers know that the audience is ready and active. It's a feedback loop that keeps Nintendo firmly in the conversation, no matter what Xbox or PlayStation does on their end. Xbox now. Let's get into that. Xbox Series X, S, Game Pass, PC crossplay. Xbox, well, on the other hand, is playing a very different game. While Nintendo thrives on emotion and nostalgia and first party lineups, Microsoft, well, they're leaning hard into future proofing. You may not like this, but Xbox Game Pass, especially the PC version, it's still, to this day, as of this recording, the best deal in gaming as we speak. The Xbox ecosystem is slowly turning into a Windows console hybrid. Every device, every game, every PC feature is designed to be seamless. AI integration? Well, that's coming fast. Game Pass? A subscription model that fundamentally is changing how players access games? That's already here. It's bold because Microsoft isn't just chasing the traditional console audience. They're chasing the entire gaming ecosystem. This is before Valve, before Nintendo, before Sony. This is an American company looking at it and doing the most American thing you can think of: capitalize. It's ambitious, and yes, it's risky. But it gives Xbox a very clear story. They are the platform that bridges casual, core, and PC gaming in a way that, frankly, no one else is currently doing, and not even Valve can really do, even with SteamOS. I know that's going to ruffle a lot of PC gamers out there's feathers, but it is what it is. Xbox over Steam, it's a bigger brand name. Now, let's talk about PlayStation. We can't throw any shade their way. What once felt like a company that had no soul, no interest in gaming, and just kind of trying to get back at Nintendo to, get back at them for not creating the CD add-on to the Super Nintendo. Sony has an incredible lineup. They have a lineup of exclusives and polished systems, but right now it feels safe. Sony tends to look at what the competition is doing and kind of just waiting to see what they innovate and then call it PlayStation. The games are predictable, the launches are consistent, and while that's great for reliability, it's not exactly generating the same buzz as Nintendo or the ecosystem shift that Xbox is building. It's kind of a weird strategy, one where you don't really fail, but also you don't stand out, which is good for shareholders. And in a world where YouTube, Twitch, and social media hype drive perception, standing out could be everything. So, what does this mean for the console market? Nintendo wins the hearts and cultural relevance, while Xbox wins tech integration and future readiness, and PlayStation wins consistency with the cost of excitement. Gamers looking for innovation are probably flocking to the Switch 2 for emotional engagement, and for Xbox if they want to be diehard fanboys for their ecosystem and power. And PlayStation seems to remain the safe default bet for everyone else. There's nothing inherently wrong with any of those. But it does leave a gap for analysis, speculation, and even conversation. And that gap is exactly where we sit here at Star Flag Media. So, are Nintendo and Xbox the clear winners? Clearly not. In terms of momentum, maybe. PlayStation, of course, is reliable, but right now it's the contrast that tells the real story. Which side are you on? Are you chasing the innovation of Nintendo, the tech forward Xbox, or sticking with the steady PlayStation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know where you stand and why. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and hey, ring the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive into gaming hardware and strategy. Star Flag Media Gaming, bringing clarity to the new console wars. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in the next video.